with Todd Tramonte. I am Todd Tramonte, and we're trying to cover a ton of information today, so we'll jump right into it. This next segment is brought to you by Elite Appliance. Our good buddy Eddie McBroom over there got me my big green egg, which I love to use all year long. Did some fajitas the other night. We took them to some friends of ours that are just some of our favorite people ever. And I love my big green egg. If you're a fan of big green egg, Elite Appliance sells them and will help you get set up. My wife actually surprised me with mine. She called Eddie over at Elite, and he got her set up with everything that I would need. I would probably not buy my own, but it was an amazing gift. The only reason I wouldn't buy my own is because I'm stubborn about the way I grill, and I had an old grill. But man, ever since I got the egg, I literally threw the old grill away. We're building a new patio area, and I'm building it around my big green egg. I love it. Eddie McBroom over at Elite Appliance can get you set up with anything you need. Appliances, outdoor kitchen, your inside kitchen, your bar area, wine cellar, anything like that. And they've got these amazing new in-your-kitchen countertop wine chillers where you put a bottle down in there, it lowers the temperature. It can fit in your marble, your granite, quartz, anything like that. Really, really cool. We got our drawer microwave from Eddie, which is one of my favorite things. Every time we have a friend come over, they're like, I didn't know these things existed. They save your countertop space. They actually heat more consistently. So Eddie's the guy for any appliance needs, any indoor, outdoor kitchen related stuff. And he's more of an advisor than just a sales guy. He can tell you how to maximize your kitchen space, how to get more value, how to save energy, how to save some money. Eddie McBroom over at Elite Appliance, 214-306-6900, 214-306-6900, or online at eliteappliance.com. Just make sure you ask for Eddie. Now, I promised you we would dive into kind of the state of the market and what's going on in the world of real estate this week. And, regardless of what you are hearing mortgage lenders say on the radio and TV right now, we are still absolutely, undeniably, very distinctively, statistically clear. My gut tells me, all the buyers tell me, all my sellers tell me, in a seller's market. Period. We are in a seller's market. There's a couple of people loud-mouthing around the radio right now,
one in particular,
saying that sellers are desperate and buyers are taking advantage of them and getting whatever they want. And that's just not true. I mean, I'm sure that has happened a time or two or three, but that is not the pace of the market. Let me read some statistical data to you right now. In the $300,000 to $400,000 price range, in most of the inner ring, but not big city, right? So just outside Dallas, just outside Fort Worth, we're talking Richardson, Plano, Allen, Keller, West Fort Worth, River District, White Settlement, Wiley, Saxe, Murphy, those kind of areas, right? We are looking at between 2 and 3 months of housing inventory, which is just abundantly, clearly a low inventory, high buyer interest market, which means house prices are still going up and buyers are still competing for homes. I'm not sure where these other people are getting their information from that buyers are beating sellers up, but I think it is this one statistic. Days on market in those areas are somewhere in the 40s, high 30s to low 50s, right? 39, 40 days on market. Richardson, Texas right now, which is always one of kind of the leading markets in our area, 300 to 400,000 right now is 43 days on market. $200 to $300,000, 30 days on market. This is not like long days on market. It's just longer than the 26, 27, 28 days we were experiencing a year ago. That doesn't mean the market has changed dramatically. It means it's changed a little bit. Houses are on the market for about a week more, maybe 2 weeks more, depending on price point. 7 to 800,000, 29 days. 8 to 900,000, 10 days. Some of those numbers are a little deceiving because there's not a ton of inventory or whatever. But here's the deal. Most of us in high school, if not college, had an economics class where supply is low and demand is high, prices go up. Right? And what that means is sellers have a lot of buyers and less competition from other sellers and high prices and low interest rates. Now, here's the good news for buyers. It's not like a horrible time to buy. It's a good time to buy. Prices are going up and interest rates are low. Now, most buyers are not going to get like a way, way, way below market value purchase. But you can get a good value on a good house with a price that's going up at an almost record low interest rate right now. That's a good time to buy. It's not the best time to buy in history. The best time to buy in history would have been, in 2008 when our market went flat. If you had a crystal ball, you would have known that for the next 11 years, prices would consistently rise, and that would have been a great time to buy. Well, guess what? I don't have a time machine. If another real estate company has a time machine, you should use them. Otherwise, call me, and we'll help you buy a house really, really well right now. But if you're a seller, don't believe all the baloney. It's a seller's market. Now, sellers today need to be a little bit more open and flexible than they were a year ago, but we're talking a little bit, right? And you should expect your house to be on the market a little bit longer. Now, if you're working with us, we're still selling most of our sellers' homes in a week or two. We're still getting all-time record-breaking sales prices. But the good news is we're still guaranteeing to save our buyers $5,000 or more through the buyer process too. There's still good deals to be had for buyers. But every week I hear these marketers say, and I call them marketers for a reason, because they're putting out a message to generate leads. They're not reporting news because it's not true. Every time I hear it, I feel the need to emphasize that it's a good time to buy and sell, but it is still an all-time great time to sell and a challenging but exciting time to buy. Good time to buy. I would not wait right now if I was a buyer. Great, super low rates and rising prices. Why wait? I would be careful. I'd meet with an agent. I'd put together a good strategy. We can help you do that. Give us a call. 214-310-0008. Call the Todd Tramonte Home Selling Team, my company, where one of our experts will help you out. 214-310-0008. Or even quicker, overunderagent.com. You can find us online at overunderagent.com, where we guarantee to sell your home over the average price and under the average time. Overunderagent.com. We also guarantee to help you save at least $5,000 through your purchase process, or we'll pay some of your closing costs on that side. Overunderagent.com.
Got a question here from John, and I'll spare you all the sound effects of this just in, but this just in. This is an interesting question. Just heard you talk about staging. I don't see how rearranging or adding furniture to a home could have any impact on the value of the home.
Who asked the question?
John. We call him John Doe.
Well, John, you're wrong, John, and I'm right, John. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I am. I'm not kidding about that, but I'm not going to be a punk about it. Here's the fact of the matter. Have you ever been into a retail store and you or your wife or your child had a response, meaning they got excited? They took off running. They started picking things up. They were in a buying mood. I would assume that if John is an honest adult, he would say yes. Have you ever been into a store where you were kind of grossed out? You're like, man, this place is dirty. Maybe it's like a thrift store. Maybe it's a resale shop. Maybe it's like a shop that's going out of business, and you're just like, I don't want to buy anything here. I want to get out of here, right? Or it's hot. It's hot and there's no air conditioning on in the store, or the power's out or something. Like, did you feel differently about buying something there? Did you feel differently about the value of the products and services there? If you were gonna go visit an insurance salesperson and their office was clean and nice, would you trust their expertise? If you went to visit an insurance person and they asked you to meet them at their house, and their house was run down and the power was out, I'm not trying to go too far with this, but my point is the way things present absolutely impacts the way we feel about them, think about them, and respond. Brian, the producer of our show, he and I both studied psychology in college, and we joke about this all the time when we think about marketing and sales and messaging. And John's going to have to come to grips with the fact that the way a house is presented has a massive impact on how a buyer feels about it, wants to be or not be in it, and what they're willing to pay for it, and how soon they're willing to pay that. That's why home builders build out their model homes and make a big deal out of the appliances, the smell, the look, the sound, the feel. And that's exactly what we do when we stage our properties, is we make them feel like a model home. And I've had clients and prospects say, I want this house. I want the smell, I want the look, I want those appliances, I want that music playing, I want the fake fruit, you know? And you kind of, we all joke, like Brian's laughing right now, but it's real. That emotional response is real. And I joke about a child at the checkout line of a grocery store. All the candy's on the lower shelves for a reason. It's like, ooh, I want that. We want to create an environment in your home when it's for sale where a buyer's like, ooh, I want this. And I don't want anyone else to be able to have it. How much do I have to pay? How quickly can we get an offer in? And I'll to spoil one of our secrets, that's one of the reasons we get faster offers for more money, is we create that environment where people have an emotional response.
It's funny when you go visit a model home, and I haven't done it in a while, in a new community, they're always baking cookies, like always.
Well, tell me this. This isn't happening in this market because it's such a seller's market, but why do home builders give away golf clubs and vacations and bouquets of flowers and stuff if you'll come to their model home? Because they know if we can get you in here, you're going to have that emotional response. Enough people are going to fall in love and buy these houses that we can give you a set of golf clubs. We can give you a cruise. We can give you a huge gift card. So, John, not to be insulting, but that's how obvious it is that if you create that environment in a home, moving the couches and the rugs and changing the lighting and the smell has thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of impact. That's why we include it. If you sell a home with us, 99 out of 100 times, we are going to include in our service staging, photography, and we have a 7-point proprietary system that we provide for you. We include the professionals, we pay for them, all that stuff. And that is a huge piece, and it's very, very important.
Got somebody here looking for, they're calling it best kept secret. Listened to your show a couple of weeks ago, heard you talking about a new new community out in Bonham, Texas.
Yeah. Old Bonham.
So, and I remember that, I was here of course, but I heard somebody talking about that this week. I guess enlighten us on that, because I remember hearing several people talk about there's a new lake coming in. A lot of people saying, hey, I want to get in on this thing. What is going on out there?
Okay, so I'm always fearful of how to pronounce Bois d'Arc. It's a French word, BOISD''A''C. Bois d'Arc is the name of a reservoir that's going to become, basically what we would all call a lake. And it's a municipal water district type of thing, Corps of Engineer type of thing up on the edge of Bonham. And people have known about this for a long, long, long time, but it's finally starting to come together. And anytime something like this happens, it happened when they dammed the Trinity River in northeast of Houston near Huntsville to make Lake Livingston. It happens in pretty much every lake in Texas is man-made. Not all, but pretty much all. And they're pretty much all dammed up rivers or reservoirs or whatever. And so that's been on the books for, planning and development or whatever for, years. I think this is the first one in like 30-something years. So it's a big deal. But people are excited about all the development opportunities and where's the edge of the lake going to be, what's going to be lakefront, where's there going to be retail and multifamily and, resorts and all that. And I'll give you an answer you don't often hear from me, Brian. I don't know. I don't know any of the specifics because I think a lot of people don't know, and a lot of that is kept secret because there's often these crazy land rushes. But a lot of people own land that will be underwater. And that land will get bought from them and all that stuff will get worked out. A lot of people own land that's just been pasture land for a long, long time and is all of a sudden going to be lakefront. And the game of kind of prospecting that land and hoping it was going to work, that's all been happening for 20, 30 years as people predicted this stuff was going to come. But I'm sure there's much more of that to come. I don't have any hot tips to tell you, go over here and buy land. You know, I don't know exactly where that's all going to lay out, but what I do know is that stuff has already started. It's on the outskirts of Bonham, northeast, Fannin County. Billions of dollars of development is what I've heard and read. The Dallas Morning News has done a few pieces on it. I've been out there a couple times. I've done some dove hunting out there actually, and scouted it for that reason. But it's going to be exciting for a lot of reasons. Number one, our region is growing so fast that we need these lakes. We need the water. We need to understand in a drought where we're going to get water from. We need to understand in these flooding scenarios where can release water to. We need to understand in some of these invasive species issues, how are we managing our water? So, you know, you're a lake guy and a boating guy, and so you know a little bit more about what are they, tiger mussels, or what are they called?
Zebra mussels.
Zebra mussels, there you go.
Like
I was
Texoma.
only a massive species off. So there's a lot to say about that, but it's exciting for our region to have another lake, to have recreation, to have water, to have development. But beyond that, I'll admit, I don't know enough to give a lot of expert information, and I think very few people do. So I've heard some people kind of guessing at it. I'm not willing to do that and tell you things I don't know about.
I just heard a lot of people who, and like me, I had a chance to buy Dell stock before they even broke ground on their facility. And I missed out on all these opportunities, and people, I know, in fact, we won't even go further into that, but a lot of people who think,
next week, right here on Texas Real Estate, we'll do a special episode on Brian's missed opportunity.
Or people who said, I wish I would have bought property right next to the Trinity River.
Right.
Now are thinking, if there's something else coming out here, I want to get, I'm not missing out.
Well,
this time.
in that tone, that fear and anxiety and nervousness and excitement is one of the reasons I love real estate. Because there's always something, right? I mean, go talk to your grandparents or somebody and ask them, like, you know, when you were young, did you ever think about buying land? You're like, oh, that. I have a friend, a much older friend. I think he's 90 now. He's fantastic, and he and I have driven around a few times, and he used to he told me there used to be a drive-in movie right there. We're talking about like Forest Lane and Central Expressway, you know. And he's like, yeah, when I was a kid, that was all. You could buy this land for blah blah blah, 100 an acre. You're like, oh my god, but that's what happens as generations turn over. I will say this though, this last 20-25 year run is exponentially more exciting and ridiculous than any period of land value in the history of America, as far as I know. But for that reason, it's cost prohibitive for people to do what past generations have done, which is where you go spend a little bit of money on some land and you don't really know what's going to come of it. Speculative land buying for the average person has gotten almost entirely out of reach. And it's a big frustration of mine, because you can get way out into East Texas and all the way to Oklahoma, and very little land can be bought below $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 an acre. That's an exponentially different scenario where 30, 40 years ago, people were buying some of that same land for $200 an acre. I mean, it's not like 40 years later, it's 10 times as much. It's 300 times more. I mean, it's crazy. That doesn't mean there aren't opportunities to go buy land. I'm not saying there are none. I'm saying it's not the same where somebody just, the family farm, you owned it and you added to it, and all of a sudden it's this amazing thing. It's very difficult to piece together a family farm or something like that right now. Want to talk about Due West real quick. Due West Foundation Repair. We've had a drastic swing in weather lately. We went from nothing but rain to some hot, dry days. And we're having clients ask that question. I'm seeing some cracks. What do I do? And I'll tell you what we tell them. Call Due West Foundation Repair. When you want the best, call Due West. 972-406-0912. 972-406-0912. Or du-west.com, owned and operated by our good buddy Jim Dutton, host of Texas Home Improvement right here on WBAP every Saturday noon to 2. Just like Arrington Roofing and so many of our other vendors, they'll look you in the eye, shake your hand, do what needs to be done, no more, no less, and take really good care of you. du-west.com. If you're seeing those cracks, if you're having shifting, Due West Foundation Repair, du-west.com.
I love all these different questions we get. This is a great one too. I got a family here with a home in Wiley. They're on 3 acres of land. House is about 2,600 square feet. They're asking how do you price the acreage in an area that's more populated?
In Wiley, it's a lot easier to do, actually. We have some agents on our team that specialize in homes on land. So if you're listening, call our office, 214-310-0008, 214-310-0008, and we can get you connected with John or Jeremy. And we do a lot of that. But generally speaking, it's less and less. But historically, Wiley, Saxe, Murphy, Parker, Lucas, Nevada, those areas have been areas where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acres in a home is fairly typical. So we have enough comparable property to value the house one way and the remaining land sort of separately, and then factor that all back together. That's kind of how you would go about it. Ideally, if there's enough similar homes on similar land, you just compare them equally. But if they're not similar enough, we might say there's plenty of homes on 1/3 of an acre, so let's value this house on 1/3 of the acre, and then value the other 2 2/3 acres or whatever it is, kind of as attached to type stuff. It can get real kind of analytical there for a little bit, but Wiley's an area where that's pretty doable. It gets a little tougher when you get out into like Royce City or Weatherford, some of those areas where they are still very much the full spectrum. There's neighborhoods, there's 2 acres, 10 acres, 100 acres, 1,000 acres, all that stuff. And you have a hard time finding enough properties that are really similar, and you have to make a lot of adjustments. It can be done, but that's kind of how you'd go about it. And in Wiley, our team especially would be able to do that, pretty quickly. So overunderagent.com, or go online, or call us. 214-310-0008. We specialize in homes on land, and we'll be happy to help with that.
All right, we got a couple minutes here. So another question on, I guess, similar to homes on land, homes on golf courses, and we've talked about this many, many, many times about, are there certain parts of Dallas where there is a home on a golf course that may not be what it's all cracked up to be?
Not really. Short answer is if it's on a golf course, it's pretty much always worth more. There's a pretty view, whether you play golf or not. I played my rare every 3rd year round of golf lately, and it's so funny. We were literally talking about America's Choice windows because I potentially broke someone's window. I can't confirm it. I did check. I don't think I did, but I had it. I could very well could have. We were joking on the golf course. I was joking about how I do this online. I literally said, AmericasChoiceWindows.net, 10 double hung, double pane, energy efficient, argon filled windows installed at your house for $39.80. And a lot of the guys I was playing with are on the team and do business with us, and everybody laughed. But it's true. Anywhere near a golf course, hail, wind, old, whatever, if you're thinking about replacing your windows, go to AmericasChoiceWindows.net, AmericasChoiceWindows.net, or anywhere in the Metroplex. Call 214-390-5598, 214-390-5598. It's a really good deal. 10 windows installed for $39.80. AmericasChoiceWindows.net. Anyway, the short answer to that question is, if it's on a golf course, it's a good deal. It's worth more. There are some courses that have struggled over the last 5 or 6 years and turned over ownership. Even those are good buys. They're a lot more affordable than being on one of the award-winning, gorgeous courses in our area. And there's a lot of excitement around golf with the new PGA headquarters. But if we can ever help you, give my company a call, give my office a call, 214-310-0008. The Todd Tramonte Home Selling Team and I would love to earn your business. 214-310-0008 or overunderagent.com, where we guarantee to sell your home over the average price and under the average time. Overunderagent.com. Talk to you next week. Over and out.